Hi, I'm Mark Toole with 8020service.com. Today's customer service question of the day comes from Quora, and the question is, how do I get repeat customers? This is a good question. This is a question that a lot of people in business don't ask, or if they do ask it, they ask it way too late. There's no context here. I don't know if this guy's asking it way too late or not, but I'm going to answer it now and do what you will with it. How do I get repeat customers? Why is this such an important question? Because it's the basis of a successful business. It's a basis of, since this is listed under a customer service question, it is the basis of what I consider to be successful customer service as well. Repeat customers, the things you do to get repeat customers are, in some cases, good customer service, and in many cases, they prevent the need to deliver what people conventionally call customer service. So, most businesses, yes, of course, you need to sell things, you need to make money. You ask, how can I get customers? I have a thing that I sell, how can I get people to buy that thing? Valid question, but this question here is the one you should be asking instead. How do I get repeat customers? Because you can get customers fairly easily in a lot of ways. You can make exaggerated marketing claims. You can have offers like a free trial or other things like that. Get all this crap for free, bonuses, whatever. People will buy. Now, fine, good, they bought, but what happens next? Well, if you don't do things right in the way that you'll get repeat customers, like this guy's talking about, things are going to fall apart. Whether quickly or later down the road depends on exactly how you do it, but it's going to fall apart. If you're selling a thing and your product doesn't match your marketing claims, people are going to get pissed off. They may cancel, they may demand a refund, they may file a dispute with their credit card company, they may just never buy from you again. But it's not what you want. Instead, ask yourself, how can I get repeat customers? So to get a repeat customer, yes, you need them to buy the thing initially, but then you need them to actually like the thing and want to buy it again in the future. You do that by having marketing that does match the features and benefits of your product. I'm not saying don't do marketing. I'm not saying don't use all of the excellent persuasion techniques and things like that are out there. Just don't tell somebody that your product is one thing when it's not actually that thing. Don't tell them it will provide benefits that it does not actually provide, that sort of thing. Don't go after unqualified buyers who have no business buying the thing. Don't hide a bunch of stuff that would disqualify people in the fine print so that they find out later and get pissed off. Basically, don't do things that will piss your customers off when they notice what you snuck past them. You're not sneaking anything past them. You're selling a valuable product or service and promoting it accordingly. And yes, that means that, in my opinion, absolutely means using marketing persuasion techniques, promoting the hell out of a thing, emailing daily if necessary, whatever kind of techniques you use, absolutely market your product. If anything, this takes away from a lot of the old mindset of like, oh, I can't promote my product too much, people get mad. Some people might get mad, but listen, you have a good product. It's not some scam garbage you're trying to trick somebody with. You have a good product that will actually solve your customers' problems or provide benefits to them or make them happy or whatever it is that you're selling them. Then, of course, you're going to get that message in front of them as much as possible so that they'll buy it. Now, back to the question of repeat customers. Simple. You have a quality thing that is what it says it's going to be, ideally delivers a little bit more than what it says it's going to be. That's the initial thing. That's the basic thing. We all kind of know that. What next? Well, look at what you're selling. Look at how you're selling it. Look at how you're structuring it. If you sell your thing as something that's just a one-time purchase, like a book, for example, is a good example of that. A single book, not a series, just a book. Yes, you can sell your book, but no one's going to come back and buy your book again, maybe as a gift or something, but they're not going to be like, oh, that book was so good, I'm going to buy 40 more copies so I can read it 40 more times. That's not how books work. So consider that instead. What if you had some sort of a monthly subscription option? That's a thing that by definition people will be repeat customers, or they're no longer a customer at all. If you build a thing that's designed for people to buy it again and again, whether it's a series of books instead of a book, whether it's a monthly subscription to a newsletter or a video series that goes along with something else, whatever it is, build continuity into it by default and you'll get more continuity, obviously. something that you just buy once and never need to buy again, you're not going to have a repeat customer no matter how good of a job you do at everything else, because it's not possible, because it doesn't make any sense. I mean, yes, you can come up with other things to sell them, and you should do that with the repeat customer model I talked about as well, but that exact thing, they're not going to come back and buy again. So keep that in mind. Build it into the thing by default. That's why a thing like a subscription is great. There's been this trend recently with people selling all these subscription boxes of different things, everything from meat to clothing to whatever else you can think of. And basically you put people on a monthly subscription, and every month they pay you whatever sum of money, and you send them whatever thing you promised you'd send them. It's not going to be exactly the same thing necessarily. Sometimes it is. Like if they have on Amazon, if you buy vitamins or supplements or things like that, you can put it on a subscription where they'll just auto ship it to you every month. You get a small discount. That's another thing. It's a physical product, but that doesn't mean it can't be a subscription if you do that right. So those are obvious ones. Now, how do you get repeat customers? Yes, whether you build it in a subscription model or not, where it's automatic, or you just simply sell a thing like, say, I don't know, beef jerky or whatever, that people will eat the beef jerky and like the beef jerky and want to buy more beef jerky, whether it's a subscription or not, you're doing that part right. But how do you get repeat customers? Really, the other way to ask this question is, how do I not repel my customers? How do I not piss people off? How do I not act in a way where people are going to say, you know what, I like this beef jerky, but fuck that guy, I'm sick of dealing with him. Basically, how do you not piss people off? And this question is under customer service. What most businesses consider customer service is actively pissing their customers off. What do I mean? I mean, problems come up, and the company makes the customer contact customer service about it. And whether that customer service is good or bad, they still had to contact them. It's usually bad. It's usually some kind of call center, some sort of NPC situation where they have to repeat a bunch of things and press 47 for English and listen to the silly hold music and, oh, will you mind if I put you on hold for 1 to 7 minutes while I look at the... All of this shit pisses people off. Now, even if you don't do any of that shit, even if you just have the best customer service possible, which is literally just a person who's right there and says, oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about. We fixed that. Don't worry about it. Still, they had the problem. They had to contact you about it. You're not looking at ways to anticipate and prevent these problems beforehand, and you should be. Now, you can't anticipate and prevent everything, obviously. That's why customer service is a thing. But people use the fact that they have these customer service people as a crutch. It's even worse. A crutch, and by a crutch, I mean they allow problems they could fix, they allow them to remain because someone in customer service will handle it. In the especially bureaucratic or efficiency-minded businesses, they'll even encourage this because their customer service people, and my customer service people, and your customer service people, and anyone who runs customer service, your goal should be that your customer service people are not busy. That they're sitting there waiting, yes, available to help people if a problem comes up, but if they're busy all the time, all day long, why are so many of your customers having problems? You're doing something wrong. I mean, if you have millions and millions of customers, maybe that's one thing, but you don't, probably, or you're not sitting here watching my video. I don't think Jeff Bezos is sitting here between testosterone injections watching my video. If he is, what's up, man? But that's not who I'm talking about. Actually, his company does pretty well with customer service, despite some NPC stuff. But regardless, that's another thing. Just, you don't want it. My point here. If these people think that it's efficient for the customer service people to be busy all the time, all day long, maybe in some perverse way that's efficient, but they're going to encourage the rest of the business to allow more problems to slip through. There's going to be no incentive to fix or prevent these things. Actually, a negative incentive on the customer service side, because if these problems stop happening, the customers stop asking about them, there's, of course, becomes much less of a need for the customer service department, for the staff there, the manager, the middle manager, the micromanager, the supervisor, the piss break timer, the phone call listen to her, nitpicker, all of this stuff. You need less of these things means less of a budget for this guy running this thing. He doesn't want that. He wants a constant flow of customer complaints and problems and questions. Ideally, really easy, simple things. The kind of things that would be exactly what I'm talking about. The things you could easily anticipate or prevent. He doesn't want that because they're easy for his team to handle. They're easy for... they'll make the metrics, the numbers look good. Oh, this agent handled 17 calls in 1 minute. Yeah, because it was something super simple, and you wasted at least 17 minutes of your customer's time. The math isn't right, but you know what I mean. Making them contact you about this dumb shit. Basically, you're not going to necessarily lose all your customers if you do this conventional approach, if you force them to go through customer service for things. They're somewhat used to it, but you will absolutely maintain more repeat customers, in my experience, if you take this approach of anticipating and preventing problems rather than simply handling them. Every time the customer has to deal with customer service, it's a frustration, it's a hassle, it's time out of his day, out of his life that he could and would rather be spending doing something better or more interesting. And not every time, but at least some of the time, it's going to piss him off enough where he's going to say, screw it, not worth it, I'm canceling this thing. I'll go buy a different beef jerky, whatever you're talking about. So anyways, this video is getting a little long. I could talk about this a lot longer. I have before. I will again on these videos here. Like I said, I do these on Quora. If you're watching on Quora, that's where I've been doing them for a while. I'm also posting these on YouTube as well. So either way, more of my content, follow me, upvote, thumbs up, whatever, subscribe, so you can see what else other videos I'm doing. I do one of these videos every weekday on a customer service question. Ask me questions on Quora. Ask me in the comments on YouTube. I may answer it in a future video. And then, of course, I also write more about this stuff on Quora and also mostly now on my website, 8020service.com. Go there, get on the mailing list. You'll see more of this kind of stuff there as well. Otherwise, I'm wrapping this up, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.